Yes. Sky is blue.
We should be live.
Okay.
Let me check.
Are you on Instagram or Facebook? You get on Instagram and I get on Facebook, or you want me to get on Instagram and Facebook?
Okay, let's see.
I should have brought the. We're on YouTube.
YouTube is live?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
We're on Instagram. I mean, Facebook.
Oh, you're going to.
Sorry, my bad.
Instagram is not live.
Okay, Instagram is live.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just going to
And
make sure.
we're now on the official Instagram, so.
So now it'll save.
So should be better. Yeah, it should save. Everything should be there.
Hi, everybody. Okay, I got to make sure that this just went. Asia! Oh my God, Asia.
We met you, Asia.
We're just trying to like get our life together. Y'all know the first few minutes is letting Instagram put the live out there, Facebook.
To come in.
Yeah.
Okay, you sound good.
Okay. If you are joining our live, just make sure you comment so we can make sure all of this stuff is working. I'm gonna turn this around. And say hello.
Okay.
Producer Jose is here.
Producer Jose, that was funny.
If you're here, comment and let us know you're here. Say, hey,
Oh, you
it's
got a bunch of people on yours.
Yeah.
I got 2.
You're on YouTube?
I'm on Facebook.
Okay, you're on Facebook. Good.
Oh, he's listening to us.
Okay. Just taking a minute to let the algorithm do its thing.
I'm sharing it now.
Oh, yeah, let me go do that. We're going to share.
Share, share, share. Like, share, follow.
Yeah, if you're watching us, share the live with your friends. If you know anybody that just recently got engaged or is planning their wedding, share it because we have some fun tips and engagement. You just got engaged tricks.
Just got engaged. This is what's happening.
You're engaged. Now what?
Now what?
Okay. Let me get back into this here. All right. I feel like I should have spit my gum out before.
Before we get into it, into it.
Let me cut. I'm sorry, guys.
Already?
We're not even started yet. No, we're getting comfortable
There she
here.
goes. I don't know if it's someone's commenting.
Let's see.
I don't know what's up with my Facebook, but it doesn't tell me who's
just
watching.
kind of looking up and down, we're just gauging the audience. We are.
If you're on, comment so we know you're on. Say hola.
Yeah. We're trying to get better at the multitasking thing.
The multiverse.
Let's see. Who's gotten on so far?
I got people.
Danny jumped on.
I have
Asia.
Jill.
Says Jeanette. Who else? Edie.
Ooh, you got good ones on yours.
Yeah.
I have Jill on mine.
Hi,
Hello,
Jill.
I'm just making sure I'm looking from the Granberry one. I don't think I am. I gotta go to Granberry. Hold on one second.
What time is it?
7:33.
Okay.
Wait, no.
I'm gonna be toggling like back and forth. Let's see.
Okay.
All right.
Ready, Freddie?
Yeah. Okay. Welcome everybody It's a new year. New year, new me.
Who got engaged? Tell us now.
Put in
We
the
wanna
comments, tag your people, do your @
Who's engaged? Who's engaged?
It's that time of year. We are in engagement season, and it has been crazy around here, y'all.
I love it.
It has been like nonstop phone calls, emails, inquiries, all of that. So we're a little tired. And we're only
It's snail mail.
we're only 10 days in.
I know.
So our topic today is gonna be about people who just got engaged and are just starting their planning journey.
Falcon wants to know if there's water or if there's still ice in your cup on YouTube.
That's Danny.
Thank you, producer.
Producer Jose.
Well, that's one of the hot topics, so we could start with
Since we're getting comments about my cup,
double insulated cups.
we have some hot topics before we actually really deep dive. While y'all are still sharing our live and tagging your people in the comments, we're going to go through some hot topics.
Yes.
One of them being, did anybody get a Valentine's Day Stanley?
Can they give it to me? Or the Starbucks pink one.
Oh, yeah, the new one.
That one's cute. The Starbucks pink one.
Yeah, no. So the Valentine's Day Target exclusive limited edition Stanley came out. And there's a lot of like memes and people are like knocking the Stanley right now, but I absolutely love Stanley. I think I've had cups even before, like it went viral. We had like the smaller cups, but now I have like 5 or 6, 7, something like that, different cups. And I'm just like a cup fanatic in general. So like I have the Yetis, I have it all, Awala, I've got everything.
Yeah.
And today, this is the new baby that came in. This one's a hydro jug, not sponsored. And it's supposed to,
Hydro jug.
yeah. So look, the straw, the straw goes up and down, and look, watch. Oh my God, it better not.
Oh my God, I would have died. I would have been like, we're going to keep the live going. It's just her phone. It's waterproof.
I'm testing it says it keeps ice for 24 hours. I'm testing it. And yes, it's important that it keeps ice because I don't want to have to keep refilling the ice. I just want to keep having to pour water in there. So this is my new cup journey. That's where we're at. It's not as heavy as the Stanley, which I really like.
It's giving me Winter Soldier, Hell Hydra vibe. That's all I hear. I'm gonna go up to her later. I'm gonna go up to her desk later and be like, Hell Hydra.
It literally got delivered before, like while I was getting my car to come to work, and I was like, he was like, you have a delivery, and I was like, yes. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So I know it's controversial, but
it's controversial, but come on, people. Like, there's people that buy pops. My son spends so much money on little monos that you can't even play with.
Different people value different things.
Everybody values everything differently. Would you trade any of your cups, though? Because that's the vibe that people are doing, where they would trade their cups.
No, that's germ. Isn't that Jeremy?
I don't know. I'm asking. I only have one Stanley. So I'm not trading it.
No, I like all
I thought she got me these beer ones, and I love them because you can put beer in them and they stay cold. I do like
Stanley
those.
pints.
Yes, but they have them in red at Target.
Yes.
So I want the red one because red's my favorite color.
That's the Valentine's Day one. I don't know. I know it's controversial, but I love my I love all my cups, but I do love the Stanley. So
I thought it was cute.
Whatever.
That was me.
Moving on. If you have a Stanley, comment what color you have.
If you have a Hydra,
maybe
comment Hail Hydra.
Maybe Hail hydrated.
Oh my God.
Okay, we're done.
All right, we're over the cups. Anyways, show us your Stanley.
What's the next one? What's our next hot topic?
Okay, so we're on Taylor Watch, obviously.
Every month.
Every month it's a Taylor update, and she gave us a good one this month. She apparently can't take a joke.
Let me preface with that. I love Taylor.
Take a joke.
I've gone to 2 shows. I have another one coming up this year.
Mm-hmm.
And
in March.
I'm not happy about her the way she
her
acted.
demeanor. Do you think, I'm going to defend her a little bit. Do you think because she wears her heart on her sleeve, because I do think she wears her heart on her sleeve because she writes songs for all her men, that she just doesn't have a poker face?
She has better expressions when Travis Kelce's getting tackled on the football field. Like,
well, that's like a good expression, but this was like a...
Like, resident Swiftie here, like, so I'm just going to,
not
like,
funny.
Keep it real. Like, we make fun of each other all the time. We make fun of each other in the office, like coworkers and things like that. And sometimes you just have to, like, own
You just have to laugh at yourself.
And I didn't think that what he said was bad. Like, I didn't think it was that bad at all. Like, I just think it was like, oh, yeah, she gets a lot of attention in the NFL world because she does now. And she was like, but it's like,
she didn't even laugh. I'm like, just smirk.
Like, you make more money than everybody in that room. Like,
oh, you could, like,
what's there to be upset about?
It wasn't that fun. I mean, it wasn't that bad to me for her not to laugh, because I feel like laughing at yourself is kind of the fun thing. And that's a hard job. That's a hard job for any host to do. But I was more bothered. He was talking about Barbie and taking the women
part.
Yeah, he was taking the women back to their old ages, and I'm like, dude, it's like you're going the wrong way.
Joe Coy. I think his stand-up is funny, but I think they were like, okay, you can be funny, but not that funny, and you can use some of the stuff you wrote, but here's some of the stuff we wrote. And I feel like that makes for a bad show. And if it's not like a comedy show that's just with him and his stuff, then it's like they can't win.
Yeah.
Because it's either going to be like offend somebody, or it's going to like...
Yeah, it's
a hit or miss. So I think it's really hard to do award shows to begin with.
It's really hard. But I just think she could have been a little bit more graceful. I think that when he was talking about Barbie and like going back in the olden days, even then the women that were in the room kind of just like put their head in their hand and kind of just, but it wasn't so obvious. It was like, ooh, like, but for her, she just glared at him, and I was like, are you like gonna jump up?
And she knows everybody's watching her, so I don't know.
She's got to take a joke.
Can you just be what it is and move on?
Take a joke.
And she didn't win, so.
Was she up for an award?
Yeah, like best cinematic something.
For her tour?
For the movie.
For the movie tour?
Yeah.
My bad. I didn't know she was nominated. I just thought she showed up.
She did. That's why she was there, but Barbie won.
No, but did you see the best, hands down, was Jennifer Lawrence.
When she was like, if I'm leaving. That was funny.
That's going to be me if I'm ever nominated for an award again. I'm going to do that. If I don't win, I'm leaving.
We've done it before.
Yeah. But it was just like her. She's hilarious.
Yeah.
And she didn't win. And so it's okay.
He made a joke about Leo, and he's like, oh, you know, by the end of the show, his date's going to be too old. Yeah. And Leo was like, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, everybody makes fun of Leo. Like, he is. He dates younger women. He's an old man. Like, it is
50,
what it is.
Right? He's 50-something now?
No, he's my age.
He is not in his 40s.
Yes.
Producer Jose, can you fact check that?
Google Jose, how old is Leo? Hello, Medina Mel. She's on Facebook. Hello.
We had a lot of people join us on Instagram. Hi, DJ Ant, Candace, Isabel. Just had my quince there, November 11th. I loved it. Uvaldo was amazing. Aww. Dang, Uvaldo's been getting a lot of love.
I know.
So vertically challenged. Oh, that's Sarah.
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. Who else do we have? We have Luna Moo. Biana, Lucy. Say hi, guys.
Yeah. If you're booked with us, put your wedding date.
If you're booked, comment, say who you are, because sometimes I can't tell by the names unless you've joined us before and we recognize it.
And if you have show questions, chime in and we'll answer them for you about going to the show.
West Green. Hi, guys, over there. Okay, so that's a couple hot topics we've gone through.
Leo is 49.
He's 40.
Okay, he's not my age. He's 49.
Don't age yourself.
I know, but 49. So not quite 50.
It's 50. Okay, whatever.
So he dates
20-year-olds. 20-year-olds, so, you know.
But he owns it. Every year they roast him about it.
Yeah.
And he just owns it. So I feel like Taylor just needs to own the journey.
Yeah.
I thought she did because she got on SNL, but I guess not.
Yeah. Selena and Colby, hi. Ooh, they're 2-4-24.
I love them.
Just a couple more weeks, girlfriend. What else is going on? NFL playoffs start this weekend. I did a bracket My boyfriend did a bracket. We need to
I
do one
want to do
here.
a bracket.
We'll do one here, like this week. We'll do brackets for. So
I don't
everybody
care
can
who
do.
wins, but I want a Taylor Super Bowl. So
That's not gonna happen.
they need to be in the Super Bowl.
It's not gonna happen.
Okay, well then we're gonna
My
blame Taylor
brackets
for
have
it.
like second round Eagles and the Chiefs both come out at the same time. Yeah.
Well then who's in the Super Bowl?
My Super Bowl is
the Cowboys.
Cowboys. And obviously the Cowboys are gonna win. So
Anyway, it'll be a Taylor Super Bowl.
send us who you think's gonna win.
Taylor Swift Super Bowl.
Who's going to the Super Bowl?
Everybody's wearing sparkle.
Let's do it. Let's see.
Everybody's wearing sparkle.
Candace and Selena are having their own little thing.
Oh, okay. Candace and Selena. Let me know if we need to put anything in the file.
Yeah, don't talk anything wedding on the live because then if it doesn't make it, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know what happened.
Okay.
No.
What else?
It's gotta be a Taylor Swift thing. Okay, so we have to have a moment of silence for the University of Texas Longhorns. They did not make it to the championship game.
I'm still not over it.
And shout out to that one Longhorn fan that bought tickets lower level before they realized his team didn't make it.
But still showed up and
But
wore
still
he's a real one for that. So this guy, like, they were showing him on, I don't know if it was on ESPN. No, it was like the CFP social media. They, this guy, like, bought tickets to the championship game and the Longhorns lost. Washington beat us. And he still showed up to the game and, like, full on Longhorn
I still
gear.
wish we had gone to that just to see it, but then we would have been devastated.
I know, and it's 8 hours to drive there. Yeah, it would have been a thing.
We have Gabriella and Jordan. They got married 2/2/22 or 2/22.
That's
love moms.
one of my favorite moms.
We love moms. So yeah, that was our moment of silence for the Longhorn team.
Yeah.
So
Moving on.
That was
okay.
wedding
So-
mode now.
Now we're 15 minutes in, so now we can actually get into it. Thank you, everybody who has hopped onto the live. Make sure you say hi to us. And the topic today is we're engaged. Now what?
What do we do now?
Y'all can also ask Selena on Instagram because
Yep.
she's about to get married.
And Mrs. Medina on Facebook, ask her what to do now. 'Cause
Yeah.
Now what do we do?
Let's see who else is on here. Oh, your mom's on Instagram. Hi, Mom. So
I got it in my house, by the way. Long story short. Anyways, but
yeah,
that's a
if
story.
you know, you know.
you know.
So the first thing that I think most couples tend to do is they get online. And we have some good resources for y'all. We are partnered with TexasWeddings.com. So if you go to and this is Android or iPhone. You can download the Texas Weddings app. I think the little icon, is it still lavender, producer Jose? Is he there?
I think he has his headset on.
Oh, he's got headset on. So look for the little like ring icon, Texas Weddings, and that's going to be an incredible resource for you, especially just to stay local. I know that there are a lot of marketing websites online that aren't specific to our region or to our area, but that one is, and you can go register, create a profile. It is.
Sorry, because I'm watching the live too.
Oh, okay. So yes, it's a little lavender icon, and you can register there. You can input your head count. You can do all this stuff on there and keep track of everything on there, and also find some incredible vendors to start your planning process. So that is one thing that I would encourage y'all to do, is to create a profile on the Texas Weddings app. So that's number one. Number two.
You sign up and you register to go to the bridal extravaganza on Sunday.
You're just in time. So
The biggest show.
I think on the app you can you buy tickets on the app?
No.
It's on the website. So on
website.
TexasWeddings.com, there's links for you to buy your tickets to the bridal extravaganza. The first one of the year is going to be this Sunday, January 14th from noon to 5. So that is going to be another incredible resource for y'all to mix and mingle with the vendors and start just kind of seeing like what things cost and, venues you want to look at and all of that. Before you go, though, there's things that you should do, like get with your partner and sit down and start going over important things that you're looking for. Going in blind to the bridal extravaganza can be overwhelming. And I feel like if you go in with just a little bit of a game plan, and one of those things is going to be sit down and put pen to paper and get your guest count. And
A
it's
realistic guest count.
a realistic one. And
Don't
it's
like
gonna-
invite everybody since birth.
Right. Yeah. And sometimes like mom and dad. So mom, if you're watching this on
Medina. Cover your ears.
sometimes moms and dads have like a little bit of influence on the guest list, which if they're helping you pay, you know.
Give them like 20 people.
Yeah,
24 people.
but sit down, put pen to paper, and realistically put down everybody you're inviting. Because I feel like sometimes people think, oh, it's going to be 200 people. That's how many people the last event, the last family event. But if there's two different families, and your family's the smaller of the two, it could be a smaller head count.
Yep.
And you guys, the guest count is one of the biggest reasons as to why your budget would fluctuate, because 100 people at your event and 200 people at your event is going to change the cost of your food and beverage dramatically. And then also you don't want to, have 100 or 150 people guest count or let me rephrase. You don't want to have a 300 person list and going to the show and you're looking at all these beautiful venues that can only accommodate 200 or 150. So that is super important. Just put pen to paper, sit down, get a beer, pour a glass of wine, and just dig in. Get into your phone, into your Facebook.
Yeah.
Realistically put down everybody that you want to be there at your wedding, because that's going to fluctuate your numbers big time. I've had, we've toured people here that are dead set that it's going to be 250 people. And then when it gets closer to the end, they're like, oh, it was only 150 because we didn't calculate anything right. We were just thinking in our head. And as a planner, this is one of the big things that I tell my clients is let's look at the numbers. Especially if you're looking at places like hotels and people that do the food and beverage in-house, it could be a little bit, it'll be costly. So that's a big thing for me is pen to paper. And honestly, you're going to be wasting your vendor's time.
Yeah.
Your venue and caterer, especially if you don't have the accurate number. It is so hard for me to have you come into tour thinking it's 300 people, but it's not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or 100 people and it's 200. Sit down and even if it means that you have to sit down with your parents or your VIPs and just say who am I missing? Let's get that in there. And then also realize that everybody you invite is not going to show up. So yes, a lot of people will say, how many people are you inviting? 200?
70%.
No, it'll be about 70% of that 150, 160, something like that. So that is a big one for me.
It's a big deal. And you want to know before you go to the show. You want to know. Kind of get a guess, get an idea of what you're
even if
at
it's
the
just
show.
your prelim thing. Even if you're I think it's 150 to 170, that's easier for me than it being 100 and 200 people off. So that's a big deal, especially when you're venue hunting, because not all venues can accommodate, bigger head counts, and some of them are meant for bigger events, so you don't want it to be too big. So that's a big thing for me.
The good part is you can do, you want to decide ahead of time what you're looking for, what's important to you, you're going to want a bar, do you want an open bar, the food options, do you want to be able to pick a caterer, or do you want in-house catering, you want to decide all that. We're going to talk about the scarlet letters in the room, which are the kids. Are you going to want kids at your wedding? That's a real thing.
Big things. That is, we have this, on our paper here, figure out what's important to you.
Yep. We actually had a couple that they're hovering between 300 and 350, and I was like, okay, I'm going to talk about the dreaded kids, because that'll knock your head count down by 50 people or, 30 people, depends on how big your family is. And so it's a touchy thing. We get it because people are used to it, but it also, it affects your budget. It affects your budget, and it makes it a lot easier. Now we've been doing these Dancing on the Clouds. There's so many times where we're everybody get your kids, and you hold them so that you guys get that effect, because that's part of, you paid a lot of money for that. You paid a lot of money for the photographer, all of that. And so you don't want the moment to be ruined. But for this purpose, it's really the kids are going to help lower your guest count.
Yeah.
So
And then we're seeing that struggle right now between like old school, traditional, you get a hall or whatever it
oh,
is,
Mama
right?
Medina's like, no kids. So
Yeah, I mean, y'all really have to sit and decide. Even if in the past, like in the last 10 or 20 years that your family's been having events, there's been kids at all of them. If that's something y'all decide to do, then stick to that, and you know, figure out if that's what's important to you.
I didn't mean to do that.
Oh,
Yeah, well, we have Candace. Well, Candace got married out here, so she's got a bride's perspective. But she cut 75 kids off her list.
I remember when we first started planning her event, she was like 250 people. And we were like, okay. And then just a few months into the planning, like her and her husband, her now husband,
her boo,
you know, they said, you know, I think it'll be, you know, easier for us to cut the kids because it's easier on the budget. And then it's not as stressful for them. Like that is just what they decided to do. And and they had like a beautiful event. And so you just you have to decide.
It's one of those things that another thing is, if your parents are helping you pay for it, find out how much they're helping you pay for it. Because I think a lot of the misconception or miscommunication that happens is the couples are like, oh, my parents told me they're going to help me pay for it.
Right.
Okay. And so we give them quotes or, you know, on the venue side, and they take them to the parents, and the parents are like, whoa, I was thinking like a couple grand.
Yeah.
You know?
The number always changes.
Yeah. You got to have like that sit down conversation with people, especially parents, if they're going to be the ones helping you, to say, what's a realistic budget? How much are you comfortable contributing or whatever? And there's a lot of couples, they go past it where the parents are like, this is what I'm contributing,
and they're like, okay,
we just booked a bride that there's certain things that she wants that she's getting on her own, but her parents are helping with this. So but you know, it's people don't like to talk about money, but it makes it more comfortable for you guys, and
it'll make it easier when you're going to talk to these vendors and going to even at the show. If you're like, my budget is it makes it so much easier for you to designate where you want the money. And understand, like, your venue is going to be the most expensive, I guess, you know, the most expensive thing on your list.
But we're the most fun.
Yeah. You know, they have a mortgage to pay. The catering will also be, and beverages will be the next one
Food
down. So that's kind of how. And also, I saw over here, like, you know,
wedding planner. Someone said hire a wedding planner.
Yeah, hiring a planner is a fantastic idea. Reputable planner in the area. Shout out Bravo Events.
Bravo Events Group.
Bravo Events. At a Bravo event. So,
sponsored by Bravo.
Hiring a reputable planner in the area is going to help you, because it's kind of like we're doing these mini planning sessions, but a planner will sit down and say, what's your budget? Like, you know, Mama Medina Uranga over here, you know, we had a whole, like, I think, where did we go? Oh, we went to Haley Con, or was that what it's called? And like, we drank. And we sat down and we were like, what's the budget? Where do we have to be realistically? Who's covering this and who's covered? Like, a planner will deep dive with you and provide you extra resources and recommend vendors that are tried and true to them to give you like the most amazing experience. Which Gabby and Jordan's wedding was amazing. So those are big things that you want to do right in the beginning. And if you're not hiring a planner, at the very least, start thinking about hiring a coordinator that'll help you wrap everything up.
Bring them to the show. You get 4 free tickets. So bring the important people that are going to help you to plan your wedding. So if your parents are financially contributing, then definitely bring them, because I think it slows the process down when you meet them, and then the parent, you're like, oh, I got to bring the parents now,
right?
And then we got to do it all over again. So it's easier, especially because dates, everything is getting booked up. I feel like once January hits, everybody's like,
it's
go,
like boom, 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 boom.
So I mean, Tuesday we had a fight with one date, and it was back and forth to see who was going to book it. So it's just, there's a demand. But if you have your parents there, it kind of takes us extra step away that you can talk and have these conversations at the show and say, hey, mom, I really like this venue or that DJ or blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And if the parents have questions, they can ask the questions at that point.
Yeah. And these
that
are
way it
people
makes it
that we
easier.
call decision makers.
Yeah, they're the decision makers.
Yeah.
You want to take your girlfriends, but they're just there for the drinks. You want the decision makers to go.
Yeah. Decision makers aren't your maid of honor, your best man, that aren't people who are not financially contributing. Those are more like emotional.
Yeah.
So emotional support people. So decision makers, figure out who those are going to be, especially if they're contributing financially.
Yeah.
So those are the big things: is download your app, buy your tickets to the show.
Yep.
Before you get to the show, get a guest count going and set your budget with people, with your VIPs. And I know typically it's like parents or grandparents or something like that. But sit down with your partner and figure that stuff out, because it's going to help you so much at the show.
Yep.
The next thing is, the first thing you're going to want to do in the planning process, besides you doing all those little things, the first vendor you're going to book is...
Come and see us.
Yes.
This is our shameless plug. We have a modest 20 by 40 foot booth.
Very modest. I keep thinking, Bob's going to let us expand.
I know.
But
we want to go up.
we want to go up. We want airspace.
You could just be on swings and be like, I don't know. That's just me.
So when we are going to be obviously one of the venues
the ones you want to look at.
So when you walk into the show, we're the big booth in the back. You can't miss us. Drape, signs, everything, TVs. So you'll see us there. So come talk to us if you're looking for a venue. We've got 2 venues on the property that we would love for you to see. But going back to like being unbiased, when you're getting into your venue search, keep an open mind. I know that there's so many beautiful pictures online and all of that. Keep an open mind, because sometimes you don't know what you like until you get there. And we were just talking about that, like we'll get into the dates in here in a little bit, but keep an open mind and understand that every venue works differently. Everybody looks different. Everybody's got different staff, and I love that we have staff here to help you. And it's not always going to be the same thing. Like I think one of the biggest statements that we hear is, well, when we went to my cousin's wedding, we went to my friend's wedding, or all of my family does their events here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, keep an open mind, because not all venues operate the same. You know what I mean? Don't go in there with like a preconceived notion, but do have your list of my non-negotiables, and this is what I'm worried about. I mean, I like when they tell us, like, this is what I don't like because I saw this at my cousin's wedding. I love that, because we can sit there and talk about how to make that not happen. But don't have, like, a preconceived notion of, like, well, this is how I've seen it all the time, and you know what I mean? And then a big thing along with that is the date.
Dates are important.
Dates are important. However, if it's me, I would rather move a date at the venue of my dreams than just to be stuck on one date. An example of that is this past year. This was a personal client of mine. They called me maybe 4 months before. This is like in the summer. And they were like, we want to get married on 11/11. Because this past year was like 11/11. Right? That was like the big date of the year. And I was like, are you kidding? Like, everybody's booked up. No, that's the date we want. That's the date we want. I think I called like 20 venues. Everybody's booked. And then they finally were like, okay, found 2 venues that had alternate dates that we looked at, and they ended up falling in love with one and changing the date by like 2 months. And they were like, you know what? You were right. Like, I don't know why we wasted time. So have an open mind about the date. I get like people have anniversaries and have like important dates that, or I don't know. There's a couple that I get are sentimental, but unless you're planning far enough out that you have the luxury of picking the dates, then okay.
Yeah, it does make it easier. But you can always, like, if you're going, like, back to the show, if you're going to go to the bridal extravaganza and you don't have a venue yet, You can go on the website and it'll tell you who's going to be at the show.
Right.
And then you can look at the venues ahead of time to be like, okay, I like the way Granberry looks. Duh. I like the way this venue looks. I like the way this. So when you go to the show, you have a plan. Okay, these are my 3 venues I want to talk to at the show. Because you can pretty much know in the 3 minutes that you're in 30 seconds that you're in there talking to them whether it's going to be a good vibe. Because that's who who's going to be your best friend for the next year, 2 years. Like we're besties when it's over.
Agree. And we just saw a podcast about vibes and like there are vendors that have 15,000 and 20,000 followers, but they're either bought or they're not necessarily in touch with their clientele.
Or they're just better on camera when no one's there to talk to them.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're people.
Yeah. So I think having a vibe with your vendor is such a big deal. Like just going into the booths and having that good feeling, that good rapport with them.
And that's across the board. So you could just, if you're looking for a DJ, look at the DJs that are going to be at the show, the photographers, the caterers. So that way, it's like going to IKEA. I don't know if you've ever been to IKEA. When you don't have a plan, you're just going to IKEA. Like, I went one time and I like wanted to crawl in a ball because I was like, I don't know what I want because I don't know what I want. It's too much.
Yeah.
But if you go and you're like, I'm going to look for kitchenware.
The website, the one thing I want, here's the item number. And you sit there and you look it up. All right.
Yeah. So you go to the Texas wedding and say, I need a DJ or I need a caterer, or I need a venue. Then you go and look for your top 3 and then go talk to them because you'll decide at that point whether or not you want to move forward and pursue them even more or have them call you even more.
Right.
So if you do that ahead of time, it does cut down on it being less overwhelming for you.
Especially though, if you already have a venue, all the other vendors, like the show is going to be one of the best places to take advantage of specials. So I like that idea of like sitting down and getting a game plan together and saying like, I know who I want to go talk to. And take your time. It's a 5-hour show. You can walk around, right? Just go through the aisles, talk to the people you want to talk to, eat in between, and then have time to like make your decisions.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely have a game plan.
We could tell the Uncle Bob story.
Oh, go, you're good. Tell me.
Because we went shopping. I don't remember what it was pre-COVID, but we knew it was a trade show.
It was like the month. It was like the week COVID
hit. But we were at a trade show for venues to buy things. So we were in y'all's position, and I went one time before, and I was like, ooh, scan me, like I was stupid, and I didn't know what I was looking for, so I got too much information. But this time we knew we were looking for centerpieces, and we knew we were looking for like chargers and like a few things. So we only looked at those things when we were at the trade show, and that way it made it easier. And my boss was like he's a patient shopper, he's a slow shopper. So he would look at something.
He's an information gatherer.
Yes. And we were there for 2 days. So you guys have a little less time. But the first day, it was just gathering information. And then we went to lunch, and he's like, what did you like? And what do you like about it? Okay. The next day, it was like, okay, now we want to make a deal. But it took a long time. Like, after a while, I was like, I already know I like it. So you keep asking questions, but I already know I like it. Like, I knew what I want. I'm an impulse buyer. He's an information gatherer. So it all depends on how you are, but the show is structured for no matter who you are. So if you're like me and you're like, I like you, done, let's go.
Yeah.
You're good. But
That's cute, I want it.
Yeah, but if you're like him, you have time. It's like a 4-hour show.
5-hour show. Yeah.
3-hour tour. I don't know. But you have to be there anyways for the grand prizes. So why be in a hurry? You know what I mean? It take your time and absorb it and really shop and look at.
And I can tell you, like the couples that get
they come in.
Well, you know what I mean. Like the ones that are like, I can't do anything. I can't do anything. It's because they didn't go with the game plan.
They didn't go with the game plan.
Yeah, they were just like, we got engaged.
We got a free ticket.
And it's like, no, watch the live.
But if you see, like, there's couples, they come in the booth. My dad has a question. They go out. They come in the booth again. My mom has a question.
Show.
Yeah, they come the whole night, and it's like you're saving yourself having to drive all the way to our venue, which we're not that far. But you're saving it's a tour you're doing right then and there with your decision makers, and you really can plan your whole event, and you don't need to do it in an hour.
Yeah.
So for the people that are like my boss, that are information gatherers, that's the best way to put it. He's going to be there all day. Like if we only had one day to do it, I think we would have taken the whole day. Because it's like walk around, and he literally, I have pictures where he's like looking at everything. And I'm like, I like it. Let's go. Like,
and he's like, but how are we going to store it? Teresa?
Yeah, I
like,
didn't
how
think
are we
about
going to
that.
do
It
this? And when is it shipped?
detailed.
And when can we start selling it? And
detailed.
there's all this stuff.
Oh, it all works out. It's
There's
like
a
me.
yin and a yang.
Yeah, it's like me getting a 360. It'll fit somewhere. But no, you want to make sure, like, you know, depending on your style, you don't have to be rushed to buy anything. I know people are like that. Don't be rushed to buy anything. You don't, but you
have the time
can.
to do
You
it.
have the time to do
Yeah.
it.
Especially
So,
if you go in there with a plan.
with a plan,
Yeah.
get a game plan.
And I
This is
know
what
all
we're
the
looking at.
exhibitors are on the website, so you can go and look. If you already have a venue and you're like, I am going because I need a photographer, a photo booth, and a cake. Write all that stuff down.
Ooh, VIP Production says hi. Mr. Yvonne said hi.
Hi. I saw Jocelyn.
Oh, Jocelyn's here. Hello, Jocelyn. Jocelyn.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you are on the live now and you made plans to go to the show, you can use code Granberry.
Granberry.
No, don't put the
D.
Yeah, no.
That's another venue. That's a whole other city.
That's a whole other city in Texas. It's like Cranberry, but with a G. So use code Granberry on the website, and you'll get your tickets for free.
And then we didn't talk about the grand prizes.
Oh, we got to get into that. Okay.
It's like pages, people. Look at this. 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 Look how many grand prizes. This is why you should not be in a hurry, because you have to be present to win, right, producer Jose? I think you do have to be present.
Okay. So the grand prizes are done at 4:00. So you've got 4 hours of shopping, and then they get into the games and prizes and stuff like that. So one of the prizes, which is probably going to be one of my favorites, is it dos borrachos or two borrachos?
I feel like it's talking about us.
It's not me and Teresa.
It's not me. No, we will not come to your wedding and pass out beer. Although
dressed in wedding attire.
There's a market for it. We should. We could be your cocktail hour entertainment.
There is a market for party starters.
I'll go.
Look,
and
we aren't beyond it.
Two barachas. Let's
two
go.
Barachas. Oh God, we got to go copyright it.
We need to.
We got a new one.
That'll be our next podcast.
So, two barachos is 2 beer burros at your cocktail hour at the venue of your choice, dressed in wedding attire. So, if you've seen the beer burros and any pictures, we actually have them on our Instagram. So, I think there's a couple pictures of them on there now. But they basically cute. They have the little sacks on their on their back, and they walk around and people grab a beer and take pictures with them, and it's amazing. That's $700 value. You go. We're gonna take turns.
Okay. Texas Wedding Guide is giving away $1,000 cash. So buy me something cute.
Yes, and so you can finish paying off your photo booth.
Yep. We got a shout. Oh, you go next.
What else? Oh, what else? Next. Okay. Let's see. Brianna Salinas Photography. She's been on here. She was just out here at one of our open houses. Super nice couple. She is doing a free boudoir session. And that's a retail value of $555, which those are becoming super popular right now. Like the walk down the aisle gift to your groom.
Yes.
When they're
just warn the best man not to have him open it in front of everybody.
Yeah,
that's a
so she's giving that away. What else?
The Minger Hotel, they're actually a sponsor for the bridal extravaganza. So it's a one-night stay, including the Victorian suite, overnight parking pass to Colonial Restaurant Sunday brunch, welcome amenity, and champagne chocolate-covered strawberries. So that's a $500 value.
That's a big prize.
That's a big one.
The next one is DJZ Events. Thank you. She better get it. And they are giving away an LED robot for an hour. So for anybody who wants to do an hora loca and have like a big dance party at the end of the night.
And people do that at weddings. It's not just quinceañeras.
Yeah, it's like a quinceañera thing.
It's like a wedding thing.
This is like you want to
It's
party.
especially weddings, because when the older folks start to die down, and then here comes the robot.
Yeah,
and
like
you're
the viejitos eat their cake and they leave, then it's party time. Yeah.
yeah. So, oh, this is my favorite, Vegas Stiletto Fitness. So it's one free bachelorette party, private for 10 participants.
Candace, we didn't know about that.
And it's a $500 value. It is so cool. I did it one time, and like you just use the chair, so it's okay. But it's like really like, it's a lot of work just with a chair.
Gosh, Answer
I was like, don't break the chair. But yes, that's a good one. I like them.
The last one I have on here, we sell more. Addie Grace Boutique. She is doing a gift card to be used for a bridal shower, a honeymoon attire. So like apparel, footwear, hats, jewelry, stuff like that. That's like designed for honeymoons and bridal showers and things like that. What else? That's a $500. She's going to do a $500 retail value on that.
So the tuxedo companies are showing up, because Men's Warehouse is doing 5 free tuxedos. Rex is doing 4 free tuxedos. So both of them are good. We are neutral because we like them both. But that's a good value. So that's 2 different sets of tuxedos you can get, depending on who which price you get.
You win, you guys. Like, this is so helpful. Like, yeah, I'm shook at like. Do people still say that?
Yeah.
Shooketh.
I'm.
Shooketh.
I am pleasantly surprised. These are amazing.
Well, and then we still have more. Tasty Swirls is doing cotton candy. So that's a $500 value.
What's Tasty Swirls?
It is a cotton candy service.
Oh, cotton candy cart.
Yep, cotton candy cart. And then we have Granberry Hills giving a whole venue. Like the whole venue.
Like a wedding. Like a venue with the ceremony and the tables and the chairs and the linens and
Yep. So that's an $8,000 value. So we got you guys.
That's a big grand prize. Everybody's so excited to win that one. So let me see what else.
That's all I got for the prizes.
You got Granberry?
Yeah, Serenity Manor is doing a bridal shower package.
Okay.
And then I have...
There's a couple of other ones, right?
Castle New Braunfels, they're doing an a la carte venue too, but it's only for 25 guests.
Like an intimate thing.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Awesome. So lots of grand prizes at the show.
So it's worth staying for, in my opinion. Especially the tuxedo thing. I think that would be great.
Yep.
Oh, we forgot about the cash for contracts.
Oh, cash for contracts. Okay, so once you get to the show and let's say you find your photographer, your cake, your venue, whatever it is, you'll take and you sign with them at the show. You take advantage of the specials. You'll take your contract or your paper that you signed with them over to the Wedding Guide booth, Texas Weddings booth, and they will enter you in a raffle, essentially, right? And if they choose your name, then they will continue to gift you money go towards that contract that you turned in. And some of them are getting paid up to another like $250.
Yeah.
So like, especially like I was thinking about it, like if you sign with a photo booth, that's a big chunk of a photo booth, right?
Yep.
Like, so another incentive for you to use the vendors there.
And then we have the bridal bucks.
And you have bridal bucks. So we do 500, right? And so if you sign with Granberry that day, you will get $500 off your rental, which, like we said, in today's economy, every little bit helps. Every dollar helps.
Well, because if think about it, if like you say you book Granberry and you get the $500 off, then you get the cash for contracts. That's another $250. That you get off, because it only goes up to $250. That's the max.
Yeah.
So you would get, it's 10% or $250, right, producer?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's 10% or $250. So
up to $250.
Up to $250. So you would get another $700. It'd be $750 off. So it's worth it to take advantage of that, because you might win. We get brides all the time that win, and I'm like, Bob, you just got to pay yourself. Like,
you're paying yourself.
It's basically like, here you go. So it's worth it.
In summation, the Bridal Extravaganza is an amazing resource, and we will be there this weekend at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center. It starts at noon. I suggest you leave your house at like 11. so that you have time to park. There's several parking areas around, and you have time to get in there and get in the line before the show starts. Like, there's always this long line, and then they open the doors, and it's like,
wear your walking shoes, your stretchy pants.
ooh, yeah, good tip.
Don't eat
Comfy
a lot.
clothes, comfy shoes. Don't eat breakfast. Like, just drink a coffee. Because there are going to be a lot of food vendors and beverages and all of that. So, so once you do that, like, we've got through the show, and what do we do after the show?
So a lot of people are going to have open houses.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for the venues, you're going to see a lot of them are promoting open houses. So that's a good way to go and look at the venue all dressed up. So depending on the venue search you like, or the ones you gel with, again, then you go to the open house and make plans to go to their open house.
Go to their open houses, or you schedule your tours with them. And the sooner you do that, the better. Like, we've had people call this week already, pre-bridal extravaganza, wanting to get in, because the sooner that you get in, the sooner you have access to that date book.
Yep.
And you're able to, you know, have a little bit more flexibility. But if you go to the show and you vibe with the team there, and there's something about the venue that you love, and you, let's say you don't sign with them, but you know you really want to go see them, right after that is when you want to call, like Monday. Call, get on the website, put an inquiry in, and get your tours scheduled or RSVP to their open houses and go. I love the personalized tours for me are where it's at, because you get to spend some more time with them. It's not so like, you know, there's this going on and this going on and vendors and stuff, and you can come in and just sit down and have some more one-on-one time with the staff. But I also love the open houses because we put our best foot forward. And then we have, it's kind of like a mini bridal extravaganza, because we have, you know, different vendors out for you to continue talking to. You can come out and tour the venue with the staff and eat stuff, and just, I think it's like bonding time with the venue, like, because you're able to just walk around a little bit more. And this upcoming open house is on the 20th for Granberry. And it's a Saturday, and it'll be from noon to 4.
And it's Taylor Swift themed.
It's Eras themed. I know. If you don't like, I'm sorry. It's just, it is what it is.
I don't know what era to pick. I told her to pick one for me.
Yeah. We're going to try and be like dressed cute.
I kind of want to do the Chiefs era, but Uvaldo got it.
Yeah, Uvaldo's like, I'm going to wear a Chiefs jersey, and I'm like, we're here for it.
That's the era I wanted.
Well, no, he's a guy. He's going to wear the jersey. He's going to be our Travis Kelce.
That's true.
And the rest of us will like pick an era.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen is the open house is going to be on Hillside, and all of the vendors are going to be there. We'll have a couple tables and stuff set up for y'all. But the fun is going to be on Garden Side. We're going to have every table is going to be set up to a specific era. So you can actually come out, and it's been a while since I've done this many themed tables. So this is going to be a great chance for y'all to come out and see some different linen options and table setups and all of that. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
So if you're a Swiftie, or, you know, your partner is a Swiftie and you want to come out and play with us, it's just something cute that is kind of trendy right now. And that's going to be on January 20th from noon to 4. You can go to the website and RSVP. But going into that, like going to different open houses and just getting the vibe of the venue, filling out the staff, and taking advantage of those specials that are going on right now, like prime time.
Yeah. See, that's why I feel like the bridal show is the speed dating, if you will, and you're gonna go and, like, you know, oh, I really vibe with this girl, or I really vibe with that person.
Yeah.
Then you go to their open house and see how they are in their natural habitat.
Yeah.
and then you kind of see if you like the venue as much as you like the person.
Yeah.
It's all connected. And so it just makes it nice that you can go and see places and ask questions and get your questions answered.
Yeah.
Especially with us, we do personalized tours. So when you come out, you're getting a personalized tour with us.
Yeah.
So we want to guide you through the process. So it makes it easier for you to make a decision.
Yeah, I think we really truly focused on like being your best friend. You know what I mean? Like being somebody that you can always call.
Work comadres.
Work comadres, yeah. just somebody there that you can call and be like, I have a question about this. So we really pride ourselves on that.
Yeah.
So that is the next thing you're going to want to do if you don't have a venue yet and you don't book them on site at the Bridal Extravaganza, is schedule your tours and figure out what open houses you're going to go to.
Yep.
What do people? Oh, and the next thing I have on here, dress shopping. I'm trying to remember like where we were gonna go with that. But everybody goes and looks at dresses. So that's a big deal. It depends on when you're getting married. Because if you're like, I'm not getting married till like November of 2025. Okay, you can.
I kind of, and I don't know if this is controversial or not, but I kind of wouldn't go get a dress until you have the venue, because. I mean, you want to get something that's conducive to.
That's why we put it there. We put it after the venue.
Yeah, because you can't go get a dress if it's like cathedral length, and then you have an outdoor venue, and you're walking in grass, and you know it just doesn't work. So like definitely that's the next step after you get the venue, because it makes it easier for you to decide how you want to go with your dress now that you picked where you're getting married.
Right. Agree.
So I think that's definitely.
But it's definitely the most fun.
It is fun.
Fun. We get it. Everybody wants to go dress shopping first before they even have a venue. But
well, everybody wants to do everything before they have the venue, and I think we get a lot of DJs
and that's
stuff.
a big don't. The next thing we're going to talk about is our don'ts, and that don't hire your vendors until you have your venue. Dress shopping, fine. Like you got to go do the thing, right? We understand that, but. Yeah, like just like it's wild to me when people when they're like, oh, I already got my DJ. And I'm like, but you didn't even book your venue. Like, how do you know it's going to work?
Like I joke about having a 360, but if you're having 350 people in the ballroom and you're maxing it out, where are you going to put a 360? But you already bought it because you're like me and you're like, ooh. You want to like...
These are why these things are important.
These are why these things are important.
Having your guest count is important.
Yes.
Having the, does your venue accommodate that many people? And a photo booth. Like,
you want to make sure you have the room. And we talk to a lot of vendors that do that. They're like, I don't know. It's like catering. Can that caterer come to your venue? Well, I don't know, but I like the caterer. Okay, well, that's a question.
Right.
The majority of the caterers that are going to be at the show are on our list. So that helps. But nevertheless, I tell our brides, if you like a caterer that's at the show, come and confirm that they're on our list before you hire them, because you don't want it to be a bad situation where you're disappointed and you couldn't get that because you're like me and you just want everything.
I mean, you're at the very least be able to have a conversation with your venue before you book anything.
Yeah.
And so I know we're getting closer to, wow, that went by fast. We talked a lot.
Too much fun.
There are some don'ts. So we have do's, right? We went through the whole thing, the show, the thing, all of that. So one of the biggest things that we say not to do, and I totally get it, like you get engaged and right away you and your partner are like, what date are we picking?
Yep.
Halt. Stop. Wait. Do not send out save the dates. Do not send out invitations, text messages, Facebook posts before you have the actual venue. And I wish I could say that I hadn't seen that so much that I didn't have to talk about it, but we see it quite a bit. They've already put together, they've gone on Canva, or they freaking had somebody design something for them and they put a date out and then they go venue shopping.
Yep.
Only to find out that these dates that they're looking at are extremely popular and already booked out.
Yep.
So that is one thing. Please, for every
vendor exhibiting at the show.
Yes.
For every venue.
Especially if you're like, I want October 19th.
Yeah.
I want November, just
or
even
the twos.
December.
We're in 24 now, so fours.
Yeah. Or like Selena, like they're 2, 4, 24. Like anything that is gonna be like a hot date. Fall weddings, anything like that. Like chances are, if you're late to the game, it's gonna be booked. So yeah, please don't tell people. And it's not to say like we're looking, we're thinking October this year. That's one thing. But go find your venue first, and then and then book that, and then tell people.
Yeah, like shout from the rooftops that you're engaged.
Yes.
You can do that.
Yes.
But you don't have to tell people when it is.
Yes.
You can just say we're engaged. You can do an announcement that we're engaged. But Like, I mean, I'm totally gonna Facebook boost mine if it ever happens. But you know, it's gonna be a
It's
banner.
gonna be a sponsored
It's a
post.
sponsored post.
So if y'all see it like randomly on the Granberry
Texas
feed.
Weddings is gonna sponsor it. I'm gonna get a banner on the website. You know, make it. But like, you could do that, but you just don't have to tell people when it is, so that you guys can really look at the venues and fall in love with the venue first, and then you can look at the dates.
Yeah.
And then go from there. I'm a numbers person, so I love doing numbers with my brides.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
And
okay,
I
this
love
is 2, 3,
looking at
4,
dates.
or you know, whatever, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
You know, we even go so far as to tell you when Fiesta is.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not so much on numbers, like, you know, the 2-4-2-4, the 11-11-22, like those are cool. But it's not like, I love sitting down with my couples and saying like, okay, you have 50 people that are coming from out of town. Why not a holiday weekend? You know what I mean? Like, I love sitting down because we're able to give you some more insight that maybe you hadn't thought about. I just had an inquiry call the other day and was like, hey, I want March 8th or whatever it is. If you're watching the live, I'm so sorry. But I told her, like, the sooner you come out, the better, because you're looking at spring break. And she was like, oh my God, I didn't even think it was spring break. Oh my God. And then they're like trying to schedule the tour sooner than later because they think it's over a year out that they have the time.
well, we had my Fiesta girl. That's the one that we went.
Yeah.
I mean, Fiesta has up until 2026 dates. So if you Google Fiesta, when is Fiesta in April, it tells you, or when is Fiesta in 2025, it tells you when it is.
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that. You know, you want to know when Good Friday is, or Easter, or, you know, the major holidays.
Yeah, the Mother's Day, the Father's Day, the Christmas, all the stuff.
Because like I told my bride, the fun fact is they closed the city down during Battle of Flowers. So you could do a Friday wedding. She was a teacher. You can do Friday wedding. You're already off. Your kids are off. We're far enough away from downtown, so you don't even mess with anything going on down there. And you can have a wedding. And it's just Fiesta theme. And then your guests can stay the weekend, go to the night parade, and leave on Sunday. Like, we got your whole thing planned. It's like, it's all planned out.
Just come talk to us. If you're not talking to a planner, come talk to us.
Yeah, because it makes it easier for you guys.
But when you in your head are married, you know, no pun intended. I know we only have a couple minutes. When you're married to a date,
this is important.
It could bring your venue selection smaller. Like there are some people like Terca. There was one like, nope, that's the date I want. Sorry, I'm gonna call 100 other venues. And I said, okay, but I would hate for you to just land on a venue that's open because you want that date. There's a reason why it's open. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So don't sell yourself short for somewhere you don't like because of the date.
Yep.
All right, I'm off the soapbox. Other little things are going to be your budget.
Budget again, a realistic budget, guys.
If you come into our office and you're like, you show me this Pinterest wedding that's $100,000. Like I know in my head that's probably how much it costs, and you're like, no, but I want it all. Then okay.
Yeah.
I've been telling everybody like I'm going for this kind of vibe, and I'm like, okay, but vibes cost money. So don't be unrealistic with your budget.
Even Texas Wedding Guide website, the app, they have a budget calculator.
Yes.
Like if you don't even know how much everything's going to cost, just realistically be like, how much are we comfortable with spending on X, Y, and Z?
Figure out what's the most important things. Because if you're like, we're foodies and the food and the alcohol are most important. Okay, you're going to allocate a majority of your budget to that. Food. Or if you're like I just want a big party, so I'm gonna put all my money into my DJ and special effects, then do that. Or my big thing is having a venue that has draping and then put your money towards that. So don't have an unrealistic budget. And then have like your needs and your wants. So those are just a few things that we wanted to go over with you guys today. I can't believe it took it.
We forgot about the outside influence.
And don't
bring the party poopers.
Don't let outside influence change the things that you really want. So I like that.
You don't have to please everybody. You just have to please you and your husband.
Yes.
So
and everybody's gonna have an opinion. Everybody's gonna have some input, but just always remember that you and your fiance, what you want is what matters most, because at the end of the day, when that wedding's over, you want to be like, yes, we did it our way and we're happy, not because you let everybody else plan your wedding for you. But yeah, so we're excited. We have been really busy here at the venue, and I'm excited. Everybody's planning a wedding right now. Like,
it's planning mode.
I'm so happy.
I heard that 2024 is the luckiest year to get married.
It is. It's a good year.
It's a good year to get married. So
Yeah.
I need all my suitors. Let's do it. I need to get married. I got 12 months.
Line them up. Let's go.
No pressure, producer Jose.
So I think that we're going to wrap it up.
Yay.
Don't forget, head to the texasweddings.com website so you can buy your ticket
ticket.
for a bridal extravaganza. Use code Granberry. And then right after that, we will have an open house on the 20th.
And come and say hi to us. We're going to be at the open house.
Yes. And if anybody ever asks who's producer Jose, we'll show
Producer
you who
Jose.
he is at
Oh,
the
you
show.
need to come to the open house, make an appearance.
Yes,
You can work our registration so that you are.
But we will have another live next month, and I'm so excited. Next month is going to be Valentine's Day, and we're going to have the owners, Bob and Kristen, on the live, and we're going to talk about marriage and all that
Relationships.
stuff. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. But let's get through January 1st. So if you have any questions, please feel free to DM us on Instagram or Facebook, and we'll get to your questions. And
look for us at the show.
come find us at the show.
Come find us and be like, you guys were so funny. If you come in and say
I
those,
know we think we're funny, but
if you come and say those borrachas, I'll like give you an upgrade. I don't know.
yeah. In the meantime, we're gonna plan our those borrachas business.
I will come in for cocktail hour. I'll be out by dinner,
We're just
but your
saying.
guests will be having a
They'll
good
be
time.
ready to go. All right, guys.